On September 17th, the Red Army attacked Poland, which was fighting the Germans. The Soviets took tens of thousands of Poles as prisoners. Joseph Stalin decided to murder the Polish elite. By a shot in the back of the head, Polish prisoners of war were killed in, among other places, Katyń, Kharkov, and Miednoje. The Germans discovered the mass graves on April 11th, 1943. For years, the Soviets refused to acknowledge the crime and shifted the blame to the Nazis. The truth about Katyń was hidden and covered up. This was the lie on which this power was based. Not coincidentally, it was only after 1990 that our allies revealed materials that clearly showed that this was a Soviet crime. Despite the scale of the Katyń massacre, the Russians concluded in 2005 that the murder of Polish prisoners of war was not genocide, but only a simple crime that was time-barred. The authorities of the Soviet Union and today the authorities of the Russian Federation have completed their investigation, if you can call it that, and do not want to release any material on the subject, let alone bear any responsibility. The Polish state faces a huge responsibility to make the truth about this crime interesting to young people, who, as research by the Institute of National Remembrance indicates, are becoming less and less interested in these events. Above all, these state institutions must want to talk about history and note that history is an important part of education and the formation of patriotic attitudes. It should not only be the goal of one education ministry, but also of other ministries. The Institute of National Remembrance, IPN, is an organization that strives to impart knowledge about Polish history. The Katyń massacre is one of the topics at the ongoing Congress of National Remembrance. The Institute of National Remembrance was established in 1999. Its task is to study Poland's most recent and yet most difficult history. This is also a search for how Polish society is to survive, how this heritage is to be continued. On April 12th, the Institute of National Remembrance published a new edition of the Roble Archive, a document created at the behest of the Polish underground state that details the Katyń massacre.